Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Okay, so before we get started, everything I say in this video is my opinion, mine alone. Please feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. With that being said, let's do this. I've been told if I don't like it, don't watch. Letitia's never asked for anything. People just offered. Well, no, that's wrong. And I can prove to you that that is wrong. Let me just get this up. This here is a post made by Letitia herself. As you can see, the date up there is the 4th of July. I really need help to get a lawyer for visitation rights to see my son. If no one wants to contribute to GoFund, here's my Cash App. Everything helps. Or if you know a lawyer that participates in family law, that's in, yeah. So when people are saying Letitia's never asked for a penny, that's from Letitia's own Facebook page. So before people start shouting, she never asked for nothing, leave it alone, back off. No. And I'm going to explain why. I'm about to turn 44. And in my life, I have seen a lot of con artists, a lot of scammers. And I've seen what they leave behind, the destruction they leave behind, the heartache, I really trusted that person. And now they're off in Disneyland or buying a new car or going on a cruise somewhere off somebody else's money. The money that they gave because they sympathized with the person. It broke their heart a little bit, maybe even more. And they felt the need to help. And in some cases, people went without because they wanted to help so much. So when I see someone who is not being upfront, who is deceiving people, and it's clear they're deceiving people, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to make a noise for the people who are good. Because more often than not, the people doing these things are the ones who are the loudest shouting. The ones who are angry that we're accusing them. And if they were innocent, they'd have nothing to hide. They wouldn't need to be deceitful. They wouldn't need to block people. They wouldn't need to tell people they're trash because they got nothing to hide. Would you see a situation that you want to help in, and you can only imagine yourself being in that position? I've had a son, I've had a child of my own on life support machine, and my heart breaks for Letitia. Genuinely. My little boy was 2 pounds 9 ounces. No bigger than a bag of sugar. I didn't leave his side for weeks, months even. As he laid there on that life support machine, so little, so fragile. And I almost thought something died inside of me, just watching him, hopefully surviving. Today I thank God that he's in his 20s. I thank God that he made it. But I would never take money from other people and abuse their charity, abuse their kindness and their generosity. How many of those people do you think went without a meal that day? How many of those people do you think gave their last to help a mother desperate to be at her son's side? I could never imagine being in that position. But I'd be damned if I would take someone's good or hard-earned money, abuse their generosity, and go and use that money to go to a spa or on holidays or to buy a car. We don't know what's happened to the money. We don't know where it's gone. And we probably never will. Because when they try this hard to hide things, we're going to be suspicious. We're going to ask questions, and we're not going to back down. So my message to Molly, Justin, LB, Letitia, if you've got nothing to hide, then why are you hiding it? If you've got nothing to hide, then why are you screaming so loudly? Because people who gave money will be affected by this the next time that someone says they need help. They will question anything to do with money. Their trust is going to be broken. And why? Because you couldn't be honest. Because you're hiding something. Because you don't care whose table you're taking a meal off today. I never understand the thinking of these people, the kind of people who are more than happy to take what they can't get. The kind of people who won't work for what they need, they'll steal it because it's easier. I've seen enough over the last few weeks to know that Molly Golightly is a scammer. She's a con artist. And she's been doing it for a very long time. And it disappoints me that there are people out there like this. But I want to use my platform to stand for what's right. I want to use my platform to talk about the good things that people do in this world, not just the bad. There are other people out there fighting this battle too. And they're doing a brilliant job. But you know when they're getting scared because then they start shouting the loudest. It's when they're caught out that they start screaming and shouting and trying to prove to people that they know who we're saying shit they are. Yet they hide the evidence. They hide the receipts. They said they would be transparent. They've not been transparent, not one time. Around 3 days in, Letitia said to people that they'd made between 8 and 10K. Things only just got started at that point. A lot more has come in since. And I bet your ass they didn't expect half of what came in. but it did. It came in, and they are rubbing their hands together, and they love it every moment of it. And people went without for that to happen. They gave up their hard-earned money, and that will affect them in the long term. When someone who is genuine now comes to them, they're just going to be like, hang on, is this another one? So no, I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to stop watching. If anything, I'm going to watch even closer. But as you probably noticed, they're all moving on now to different stories. LB was talking about Amber Heard. Justin is talking about another missing young girl. And Molly's all over the shop. Molly's more worried about signing her autographed pictures to send out to her Patreons, with a desperate need to be famous. Molly thinks that throwing money around changes everything. The only reason Molly is throwing money around is so that she can control people. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to say to you. Go grab a coffee and wake up. Molly's shown who she is. She's a nasty piece of work. And she will step on anybody to get to where she wants to be. And do you know what I think Molly wants to be? Molly wants to be on the cover of magazines. Molly wants everybody to know her name. And maybe one day they will, but not for the right reasons. And maybe she will be on the cover of a newspaper for the amount of scams that she's done, for the amount of people that she's hurt. But it won't be for being famous. So I'm going to leave that there with not backing down. I won't walk away quietly. And don't even bother trying to buy me because it won't work. Have a great night, everybody. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye.